Hey guys, you're probably wondering why I look like this. Well, I couldn't find a cool Halloween costume to wear, so I decided just to go with the basic and dress up as a ghost. I thought it'd be cool to go out and scare people with this costume, but I swear to God, this is so stupid. Like, I feel so younger just doing this to myself. So yeah, this is the best I could do. I want to wear a Halloween costume, but I don't have one, so this is the best I could do. I mean, I look good, don't I? The only problem with this thing is that I wasn't able to poke holes with it because of my bed sheets, and I don't want to ruin my bed sheets, so I can't really see out of this thing. And you know what? I'm gonna continue the rest of this review without it. Stupid Halloween. Never gives me anything good. Hey guys, so remember when I said that I was going to make a list of my favorite horror movies for Halloween? Well, it's Halloween now. Damn, that went by fast. And so today is the day I'm going to be looking at my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. Now, remember for this list is good. It's short and simple. Crap. Just ate something recently. This list is going to be ranked off of which movies I just find to be most fun and scares. It's not going to be my personal all-time rankings. It's going to be, I'm ranking this list of based upon the movies that I personally think are very scary, like ranked from scary to very, very, very scary. It's gonna go like that, like scary, very scary, very, very scary, very, very, very scary, very. You see, kind of like go with that bar. And this is all my opinion, so just remember, life's tough. So yeah, without further ado, I'll just start my list right now. Paranormal Activity. You know, a lot of people wonder why I love this movie so much. I don't. I like it, okay? It's fine. I'll admit, when I was first about to watch this movie, I kind of had low expectations. I expected it to be bland and boring. I don't know, it's just knowing the film was all filmed with a video camera, like filmed like one of those old YouTube videos, thinking that would make the movie less scary. But it actually did make the movie pretty frightening, and it helped add to the horror. What this movie does is like tell a story about a husband and a wife who live in a house that's been being possessed and it haunts them, so they try their hardest to stop it, but it just backfires. The end of this movie really shocked me, okay? It honestly should have shocked everybody. Yeah, again, I did not expect much from this movie, but I'm happy I got a lot from it. It was a nice, fun, and pretty entertaining idea. But it's number 10. The rest on this are a lot scarier to me. Hey, this is a good start though. I'll say that. Number 9 is Carrie. Man, oh man, who doesn't love Carrie? You're allowed to not like Carrie, but I think Carrie's pretty good. What this movie does is like tell the story about a girl who's very unpopular and very made fun of, and seems that she has psychedelic powers. Her powers like she kind of like has like the horror force, the force from Star Wars. That's kind of like the kind of power she has because she's able to control everything around her and give people the karma they deserve. I mean, it's a pretty intense movie. Like the way she does it is just scary. Like there's a scene in this movie. It's shown a little bit in the poster where someone dumps a bucket of blood on her and she gets pissed and murders them. Yeah, this is a really big film. I did not expect much from it, but it gave me a lot. If you think Carrie's not that scary, that rhymes, just know they're all gonna laugh at you. Child's Play. You know something? I don't know much. A lot of people I know seem to not think Child's Play is that scary. A lot of people I know think Child's Play is stupid. I disagree. I think Child's Play works. A story, it's pretty iconic too. It's a story about a doll that murders a. Like, come on, you can't get scarier than that. I mean, come on, I own dolls. I don't know. Maybe one of them are coming after me. I always think of my dolls as Toy Story. This is kind of like Toy Story if it was a horror movie. Well, actually, Toy Story came out after. But still, Child's Play is pretty intense. I mean, I love when Chucky's always coming after people and stabbing them for no reason. It's scary because we have no idea he does that. We all think it's just a basic generic doll. It's not. It's coming after you, man. Man, if I had a doll that looked like Chucky, I would not play with it. I would just put it in the fire and make s'mores with it. Like, come on. But even then, it just stays alive. It's a very, very powerful doll that it won't even die. That's something. Halloween. This is a Halloween movie. It's called Halloween. Isn't that something? Halloween is probably one of the most popular ones because it's called Halloween and it takes place on Halloween, unlike most of these on the list. I think Halloween is scary because it's a killer. Like, come on, this killer is coming after y'all. He's coming for your booty. It's Michael Myers. Who doesn't appreciate his frightening, intense moments? Michael Myers just kills everybody. He's just coming after people on Halloween, getting ready to murder their butts. Trust me, if I lived in a world where this happens every Halloween, I would not love Halloween anymore. I love Halloween, but if this happened every Halloween, I would not like it at all. Halloween's a pretty crazy film. I love that it takes place on Halloween, which makes it more fun to watch on Halloween. It's great. There's another movie that's similar to this that I think is scarier for the dumbest reason ever, but we'll get to that later. The Exorcist. Not this one, it's the next one on this list. Anyway, let's talk about The Exorcist. What does this movie have? You're not gonna believe. This movie is freaking crazy, I'm telling you. No, seriously though. The Exorcist is insane. Like, seriously. What does this movie have? Well, there's moments in the film that just frighten everybody. My dad thinks this is the scariest movie he's seen. Well, I'll disagree. They're scarier in my opinion. But I still think it's scary. A girl gets possessed and is being controlled by it and has to be stopped by the power of Christ. This is a crazy film. Like, come on. I didn't expect it to be this insane. It is very insane. It's not insane enough to be in the top 5 or 3, but it still is insane. I'm not gonna lie. The thing where the possessed woman has the man voice, I honestly kind of get a laugh out of it. I know a lot of people think it's scary, but it's kind of funny. Just kind of funny. Scream. This is the movie that I compare to Halloween. Why do I think Scream is scarier than Halloween? This is the dumbest reason ever. You want to hear it? Because Ghostface moves faster. Yeah, that's kind of the case. Halloween was scary. Michael Myers moved pretty slow. That could make him scary because you never know where he's coming. He always has that still position that can scare you more. But Ghostface just runs to you. He doesn't waste time. It makes it much harder to take down. So yeah, Ghostface moves faster. Scream does make you scream a little bit. I feel like this movie was trying to be funny when it came out really intense and a really fun film. I mean, I love what Scream was doing to me. It was like taking aim at other horror movies and just putting them in for this. It's a pretty creative idea. It probably will be my favorite, but nah, it's not. It still has some problems. I think it's scarier than Halloween. I don't know why, but I just do. It makes me scream. It's in the title. The Shining. This is a movie, right? I don't know. This movie did do something to me. Well, I do think the Jack Nicholson performance is hysterical sometimes. That hystericalness, it would be very frightening to see in real life because his hystericalness can mean he's coming after you. It just, every time he's funnier, he's just more into murdering you. So, yeah, just remember that. Now, he's kind of like the horror version of Jim Carrey, like, let's be honest. My first opinion on this would have been a lot higher on the list, but I looked back at it and realized, no, The Shining is way more than that. It is really, really intense. Like, the shots in this movie are crazy. The moments in this film are crazy. We can't forget the iconic Here's Johnny scene. Like, everyone remembers that. This movie does give me chills, and I love how it does that. It's a chilling film. I get it because it takes place in the winter. It's snowy. You get it. It's funny. Poltergeist. Whenever I talk about Paranormal Activity being about a house being possessed, well, there's Poltergeist. This kind of was the first one to come out. I think Poltergeist is scarier. Why? Because it's longer. Poltergeist's idea of a possessed house is way better executed than in Paranormal Activity. I feel like in Paranormal Activity, we just focus on the camera shots. It's not really much to scare. We mostly only get scared until the end. With Poltergeist, we're scared all the way from the beginning to the end. Like, man, this movie really did something to me. I honestly did think the story about a TV that captures people really could be the case, and that did make me scared to watch TV. I don't know, that's kind of stupid because I'm watching this on the TV, but still, I love what Poltergeist did. It gave me the fears. I didn't think it would be that scary. It's rated PG, like, come on. Why would they rate it PG? I don't even know why this was rated PG. The rating system's weird. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, a lot of people disagree with me. Is it really that scary to me? In my personal opinion, yes. Yes, it is. Elm Street, A Nightmare on Elm Street, did do something that I honestly really admire. You know how the idea of horror movies mostly means this movie's so scary you're not going to be able to fall asleep? Well, that's A Nightmare on Elm Street takes that idea very literally because it's about someone who goes to sleep and is haunted in her sleep. So that just makes you not want to go to sleep more. That's what I love about this movie. It actually takes advantage of that idea. And with that being said, I just think of something more to this. Like, bruh, this movie really did mean something. It's intense. I would not want to fall asleep and get killed by Edward Scissorhands, who just murdered you. Get it because of the hands. It's iconic because Johnny Depp's in this movie. Yeah, it was funny. Come on. Now, before I talk about my favorite horror movie, here's some 4 honorable mentions. There's The Thing, Rosemary's Baby, Alien, and Psycho. While I love these horror movies, these movies I don't really think are as scary to make the list. Because remember, this list is ranked off of scariness, not enjoyableness. So these movies kind of just take the honorable mention spot. They aren't scary enough to be on the list, but I can at least mention them for being very fun movies. Now, number 1 is a movie that I honestly don't know why I love so much, but it just haunts me a lot. Okay, it's a haunting thing that I personally just think couldn't be any scarier. A Quiet Place. God damn, A Quiet Place, man. I did not think of much of this movie. When I first about to see it, I thought this movie was going to be stupid. But then I saw it, and it wasn't stupid. It was insane. Like, come on, man. This movie really feels very intense to me. It's my favorite horror movie because it just mixes everything that makes a horror movie scary. All the scary monsters, scary suspense, a runtime. The fact that the whole movie's just silent, like barely anybody talks. Because the whole thing, if you make loud noise, you're going to get murdered. That's a really tough world to live in, and it just makes the film feel much more scarier. I gotta admit, most modern horror movies mostly just do jump scares at me. I kind of don't like that. That's kind of why you didn't see... I was going to put Insidious on the list. That was a good choice, but I didn't think Insidious was that great because it was just jump scaring me, and I didn't like it. It just did nothing but jump scares. Made me look like a fool. But A Quiet Place is more than jump scares. It's real intenseness. I could really hate to live in a world that would be like this. And that just makes A Quiet Place my all-time favorite horror movie. Out of all the worlds to live in, this would be the worst one of all. Damn. Well, that's it for this video. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why do I look different? Well, you see, while I was getting this video down, I found this cool Darth Vader mask in my storage closet and I decided to put it on. I wore this for Halloween a few years ago and it still fits me pretty well. So yeah, I'm Darth Vader. My favorite costume to wear. Look at me, I'm your father. Look nice? Oh, God, oh, ew. Oh, God, oh, forgot. I stank when I was younger. Don't want to tell you if I still do, but ugh.